Hello, everyone. My name is Luis López. I am part of the latest cohort. Just graduated last week, funny enough. But I come from a construction background, so I'm a licensed general contractor here in town. Did primarily commercial work all over the state and neighboring states as well. However, over the last, I would say, about a year and a half, we started doing a lot of multifamily build outs, established a relationship with a couple of the developers here in town, and then I told myself, well, I understand the construction side pretty well. I'm curious about the development side, and so have started the transition into that. Currently working on an acquisition of about 3 acres and already did a site fit test for 34 townhomes that we'll actually own this time around. So it's kind of coming around full circle. And then working on a couple of other larger projects in the area as well. Multiple podium buildings is what we call them, 96 plexes, 36 plexes. They're doing build outs on for other developers, but one of the things that turned me out over to Spark actually came from a developer that told me I should definitely get into it. It came with a little more experience than probably most people come into. However, that experience was very lengthy early on. I had some knowledge of development that took me 2, 3 years. So I was sitting in the class and I'm like, well, some of these things I already do know. But I wish I would have known about Spark about 2 or 3 years ago. It would have saved me a ton of time um, just because of there's certainly a knowledge gap. There's really not an organization that teaches this type of development, particularly on underserved communities like North and South Omaha, which is where I primarily grew up in. But yeah, it was great experience. It kind of gives you that confidence, just as Cassie was saying. It just gives you a confidence to really be able to tackle on a project of larger sizes, moving from 1 or 2 or 3 houses over to, a quadplex or a tenplex or a 12plex. It seems a little daunting at first, but when you're able to hear a lot of these panelists, you realize that a lot of that is just rinse and repeat, and it's just doing it over and over. And so having that perspective really helped. A lot of the panels or the panelists that came in also have experience in the field. Luckily, it's not like a college classroom where the business teacher has never started a company. They've just read a ton of books and have taught it. Spark was different in that aspect where people that are teaching the courses or that coming in to talk to you are actually in the field. And I do find way more value in that than you would just in a traditional setting. But yeah, that's where we're coming in. And I do think that if I would not have gone through the program, I probably wouldn't have had uh, uh, the momentum behind me to take on a large project on my own, as a developer. And so I'm super grateful for the opportunity. And yeah, that was my experience. Highly recommend it to everyone that wants to get into development, even if you don't think you have the experience or the capital or the connections. Spark helps bridge that gap quite a bit. So yeah, very grateful for the program and happy to help in any way that I can.